What's more shocking, Victor Espinoza's gold hair or the 24-1 long shot Early Pioneers Gold Cup upset win? There was also a great upset in the Dwyer as Nick Zito trained Albert the Great upsets the Preakness the Belmont winner. And this 2-year-old duality gives trainer D. Wayne Lucas a record 5th win in the Bashford Manor. We'll also have the story of a retired Breeders' Cup champion returning to racing on National Car Rental Racehorse Digest.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Chris Lincoln. We're glad you've joined us for ESPN's weekly recap of horse racing. We're going to start with a feature race doubleheader from Hollywood Park. Sunday's feature at Hollywood, the 61st running of the Sempra Energy-sponsored Hollywood Gold Cup. It's a Grade 1 $1 million race, thoroughbreds 3 and up at 1.25 miles. Let's check the field now. All carry 124 pounds. Closing odds presented by Las Vegas, the Breeders' Cup Classic winner Cat Thief at 5-1. Chester House from Bobby Franco's barn also at 5-1. Then it's Big Ten General Challenge, the race favorite at 7-5. Out of Mind, 9-2 with Eddie Della Houssaye. Let's go to our feature race, the $1 million Sempra Energy Hollywood Gold Cup.
All in Mind in the $1 million Sempra Energy Hollywood Gold Cup. And there they go. And there goes Big Ten going right to the front. David chasing after, and Cat Thief keeping his position at the rail in third. Good pace early on as they head past the stands in the Hollywood Gold Cup. General Challenge comes away in fourth, followed by Early Pioneer. He's right there in fifth. Pleasant Breeze is sixth at the rail, and he's only 3 lengths from the front. In behind him is Blueprint. After that, Chester House is at the rail. Out of Mind trails, but he only trails by 7 as they go into the turn. And it's David and Aaron Greider to open up to lead it almost by 2. Big Ten is settled back into second now. General Challenge along the outside of horses, he's third. Cat Thief racing along the inside, and he's right there very close up fourth. Early Pioneer is in fifth. He's just 5 from the front, and Chester House sneaks up along the inside. He's 6, and he's only 5 from the front now. Pleasant Breeze has moved out off the rail. After that, Blueprint, and the last horse is Out of Mind, and Out of Mind trails by 8 as they get to the 5/8 pole. It's still David by a length and a tail. Big Ten a closer second now. General Challenge right there in third, and now he's just a length off the pace. Chester House is snuck up along the inside, and he's right there in fourth. Early Pioneer in fifth. Cat Thief has dropped back 6. He's 5 from the front. Then Pleasant Breeze followed by Out of Mind and Blueprint. They head for the far turn. David continues to show the way, and there's General Challenge in the Golden Eagle colors right alongside. General Challenge just a length from the front. After that, Big Ten dropping back out of it. Along the inside, Chester House in third. Here comes Early Pioneer in the white blinkers, and now he's a clear third. Out of Mind needs to make up a half a dozen. Out of the turn and into the stretch in the $1 million Sempra Energy Hollywood Gold Cup. And there's the White Sox of General Challenge. He goes up to the front. David running a great race along the inside. Here comes Early Pioneer, 3 across the track in the furlong pole. Early Pioneer, General Challenge still there. David is back into third, and Early Pioneer has made it to the front. Early Pioneer and Victor Espinoza. General Challenge fighting back in second. David is third. Early Pioneer under the line. Early Pioneer, General Challenge, David, and it looks like Out of Mind was up for fourth.
Yeah, Bobby Baffert couldn't believe it either. What an upset as his big favorite General Challenge loses to Early Pioneer at 24-1, the longest shot in the field. The former $62,500 claimer for owners David and Holly Wilson is trained by Vladimir Saran, ridden by Hollywood Park's leading jockey Victor Espinoza. Ironically, Early Pioneer was bred by John and Betty Mabey, who saw their favorite General Challenge lose to him by a length. And look at Victor Espinoza's gold hairdo for the Gold Cup day. Tom Mika there at Churchill Downs for the presentation. And here's the Hollywood Gold Cup complete order of finish. Early Pioneer, Cat Thief received 5th, Chester House 7th, Pleasant Breeze was 9th. You know, on the same great race card Sunday at Hollywood Park, fillies and mares were in the spotlight. The Grade 2, $200,000 Egleam Handicap, 7/8 of a mile on the main track. Just taking the lead on the inside now, the one to beat, multiple graded stakes winner, Honest Lady in the Juddmonte pink and green silks. She was last early in this race, but turns it on as they headed for home and pulls away for an easy victory. She truly is an honest lady. What a filly. The 4-year-old daughter of the Triple Crown winner, Seattle Slew, wins the Egleam Handicap by 3.5 lengths under Kent DeSormo. Bobby Franco trains for Juddmonte Farm and said she's got an awesome turn of foot. All of a sudden, she's right there. She is an awesome filly. Next, for Honest Lady, a trip east to Saratoga for the Grade 1 Ballerina Stakes, August 20th. Back on the Racehorse Digest, and let's take a look at Thoroughbred Racing's leading money earners so far in 2000. Dubai Millennium still #1. General Challenge moves up. Early Pioneer hits the board. Sunday afternoon's feature on the East Coast. The Grade 2 Dwyer Stakes, 3-year-olds at 1 1/16. Only 4 horses were in this field, but 2 of them were classic winners. The Preakness champion, Red Bullet, and the upset winner of the Belmont Stakes, Commendable. But this race, like the Hollywood Gold Cup, would also provide a surprise.
Approaching the top of the stretch, Albert the Great still there, leading by a length and a half. Red Bullet and More Than Ready both giving chase. Commendable fourth. The field turning for home. The whip is out on Albert the Great, but he's still leading by almost 2 lengths. More Than Ready is second. Red Bullet is giving way. Red Bullet is tiring. Commendable fourth. 1 furlong to go. Albert the Great driving on the lead. More Than Ready trying to reel him in. Albert the Great wanders to the inside, but he is clear of More Than Ready, and Albert the Great joins the elite 3-year-olds, defeating some of the best here by 2.5 lengths. Albert the Great wins it for trainer Nick Zito, and is the first stakes winner for the 1994 Kentucky Derby winner, Go for Chin, also trained by Nick. This was Albert the Great's 4th consecutive win, all of them on the lead since the addition of Blinkers. The Keeneland Sales grad ridden by Richard Migliore here for owner Tracy Farmer. Albert is named for his breeder Albert Clay, the father of Robert Clay, owner of Three Chimneys Farm. The Preakness winner, Red Bullet, was 3rd. The Belmont Stakes winner, Commendable, finished 4th. Here's the race to show you now from this past week, the $400,000 Grade 3 Prairie Meadows Cornhusker. Very good lineup of 5 horses went to the start, including the 7-year-old veteran, #1, Sir Bear, on the rail at the back of the pack.
As they arrive at the quarter pole, it's Deputy Flag who continues to lead. Skimming is up to take him on now in second. Ecton Park is running in third. Sir Bear is coming with his run from between horses. They're in the stretch. Deputy Flag, the front runner, still there. Skimming on the outside is running in second. A furlong to go. Sir Bear down the center of the track. Ecton Park is running fourth. It's Sir Bear who hits the front in the final 100 yards. Sir Bear goes on to win the 4th running of the Cornhusker. Skimming finishes second, Ecton Park third. A very game Deputy Flag in 4th, and Night Dreamer trail.
Sir Bear earns the respect he deserves, chalking up his 8th graded stakes victory for trainer Ralph Zadie. Sir Bear has now won at least 2 graded stakes each year for the past 3 years. The Bay is ever so close to the $2 million mark at $1.98 million in total earnings. The Bobby Franco-trained Skimming was in for second, followed by the race favorite, Ecton Park. Sir Bear in the winner's circle for the Cornhusker at Prairie Meadows. Now we'll go to Monmouth Park for the running of the $100,000 Grade 3 Reeve Schley Junior Stakes. The Bill Mott-trained Buffalo Berry. You'll see him #7, yellow and green silk, the yellow cap flying on the outside here. In the stretch under the hands of jockey Aaron Grider. The 2 gamely dig in and will just beat Me Mucci by half a length at the finish, picking up the $60,000 first place check for owner Kathy Jo Stable. As a juvenile, Buffalo Berry had raced in Ireland, where she won the Cork Stakes by 5 lengths. She won her North American debut in the Bal Harbour Stakes at Gulfstream. Buffalo Berry has now won half of her 8 career starts. Impressive performance for Buffalo Berry, and a very happy jockey Aaron Grider in the winner's circle at Monmouth Park. More racing at Monmouth now. I wanted to go back to the July 4th holiday last Tuesday to show you the Grade 2 $300,000 Molly Pitcher Handicap. Even money favorite, the Bob Baffert trained Silver Bullet Day on the outside under the whip of Corey Nakatani. Had been trapped for most of the race. Nakatani trying to get Silver Bullet Day moving now as he finally has some racing room, but will not be able to catch Lou Robbie, the 9-5 second choice, ridden by Pat Day. For Pat, this was his 5th win in the Molly Pitcher Stakes. Lou Robbie, the 5-year-old daughter of the former Horse of the Year AP Indy, is trained by Carl Bowman, with Japanese owner Yoshio Fujita. Again, Lou Robbie just holding off Silver Bullet Day in the stretch. Look at the great effort by Silver Bullet Day. Just couldn't quite get there in the Molly Pitcher Handicap as Lou Robbie and Pat Day go to the winner's circle there on July 4th. Here's another race from the 4th. This at Belmont Park, the Grade 3 Poker Handicap, a firm success, making his first start on the turf under jockey Jorge Chavez. A firm success, currently running second in red and yellow silks.
Robbie is beginning to make progress now. He's down toward the inside, followed by Western Expression at the top of the stretch. And Jorge Chavez says go for a firm success, and they're on their way to the lead. A firm success has taken over.
Strategic Mission running second. Robbie is third. Weatherbird is flying as they come down to the finish. And it is a firm success. He's a tiger on the turf, too, to win it by 2 lengths over Robbie and Weatherbird third.
The 6-year-old son of the Triple Crown winner, Affirm, makes his turf debut a successful one. He finished the mile in a time of 1:34 flat. Multiple Grade 1 winners sprinting on the dirt. Affirm's success is getting to know his new job of running on the grass pretty well, too. Trainer Richard Schosberg has a long-term goal of the Breeders' Cup Mile for this gelding. Affirm's success being led to the winner's circle, the poker handicap by his owner, Albert Freed. We finish this first recap with a look at the Grade 2 $150,000 Bowling Green handicap run this past Saturday at Belmont Park. They're going a mile and 3/8 on the turf. Watch for the 15-1 long shot here. El Haik, number 3.
As they approach the top of the stretch, Carpenter's Halo coming on even terms with special coach. Drama Critic right there on the outside. El Haik in behind them. Enchitanas has made steady grains while down toward the inside. Then Sosa, a pistol air. Yankee Dollar on the far outside. El Haik powers up, and El Haik takes the lead. He's pulling away. El Haik draws clear by 2. Yankee Dollar coming hard on the far outside. And then it's Carpenter's Halo and Enchitadas. But it is El Haik, the upset winner, by 3 on the wire.
El Haik, owned by Sheikh Hamdam Al Maktoum Shadwell Stable, trained by Kieran McLaughlin, ridden by Sean Bridgemahan. Had raced in England the latter part of last year, winning 3 races under conditioning of John Dunlap. Was a dull 6 in his American debut. Then they added Lasix. The diuretic has helped. He's been 2 for 2 since running on Lasix. Looking forward now to running in the Sword Dancer at Saratoga, a race you'll see here on ESPN. Next, quarter horse racing. A big weekend at Ruidoso Downs, New Mexico.
Same times for the Racehorse Digest next week, starting Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Quarter horse racing takes us to Ruidoso Downs, New Mexico. 16 time trial divisions for the Grade 1 Rainbow Futurity, 5 for the Rainbow Derby. Let's take a look at that final Derby trial. A 1999 champion 2-year-old, a Delightful Dasher, number 7, made his first start since November. The champ opposed by the speedy filly, number 3, Miss Taylor's Cash.
And there they go. It's a very bumpy beginning for a Delightful Dasher. Going to the front on the outside is 6th Lover. Then on the inside, Miss Taylor's Cash is speeding up along with A Runaway. But now a Delightful Dasher's beginning to pick up speed, but he's going to have to hurry. It's Miss Taylor's Cash in front of I for the 6s. Miss Taylor's Cash and a Delightful Dasher, very close between Miss Taylor's Cash and a Delightful Dasher.
Close indeed, but Miss Taylor's Cash gets the nod in the fastest qualifying time. She'll be joined in the finals by the next 3 across the wire. This division swept the top 4 time slots for the Rainbow Derby. Miss Taylor's Cash races for Pat Sorrell, was ridden by Dennis Means. Trainer Jack Brooks elated with her performance, while the Delightful Dasher's conditioner John Bassett was pleased as well with the effort of his runner.
Right there at first I was concerned because he was having a little trouble getting to rolling, but when he come by me, he looked like he was fixing to turn over and go downhill. So we're pleased with him. I'm anxious. It looks like it might be another fun year.
Now Bassett hopes the fun begins with the $151,000 Rainbow Derby Finals July 22nd. Now to the Rainbow Futurity Trials, the fastest time of the day. Turned in by Sweet Lily Rose, number 6 in the 5th division.
And there they go. Sweet to the front, in the middle is Sweet Lily Rose. To the inside, there's Mr. Joe. I'm moving along the rail. There's Leaving Legacy, but now gearing up in the middle, still Sweet Lily Rose, extending an advantage to over 3 lengths. In second, there's Did a Streak, and the Buzz trying to gain ground. But in a runaway is Sweet Lily Rose in front of the Buzz. Third goes to JJ's Shot of Flash.
Sweet Lily Rose parlays favorable conditions and a brilliant performance into the fastest qualifying time of the day. It was also the filly's first win in 4 career starts. Owners Jay and Beverly Singletary, trainer Kerry Reed, selected Alex Valdez Jr. as a race day replacement. Now they all have the fastest qualifier for the Rainbow Futurity. Well, a lot of attention was focused on the 12th division, featuring the Ruidoso Futurity winner, Fightin' Jane, number 7, and a $550,000 yearling purchase, Tiny First Effort, number 8.
And there they go. Tiny First Effort and Fightin' Jane. They're going to the front for their private little duel. It's Fightin' Jane who draws first blood on the inside. Tiny First Effort's trying to catch that one on the outside, and it's a distant third to the Dentonese. Fightin' Jane says no to Tiny First Effort. Fightin' Jane will go on to win by a neck over Tiny First Effort, a distant third, the Dentonese.
Well, it's not always what you pay, is it? The $5,000 filly, Fightin' Jane, defeats the $550,000 purchase, Tiny First Effort, and sneaks in with the 9th fastest qualifying time. She was the only qualifier from this trial. Larry Payne was aboard as Jane kept her record perfect at 3 for 3. Owner Franny Stewart refused to sell Fightin' Jane for that $5,000 figure. Now she and trainer Russell Harris have a shot at the elusive Triple Crown, which has only been swept once in 36 years. It ends with the All-American Futurity on Labor Day, but first, Fightin' Jane will try to keep the dream alive in the $689,000 Rainbow Finals. That's coming up July 23rd at Ruidoso Downs.
Back on the Racehorse Digest, here's a look at the leading money-earning trainers for the year. Dwayne Lucas, Bob Baffert, both over the $5.2 million mark. And we'll start our second thoroughbred race recap, going back to July 4th to catch up with last year's 2-year-old champion filly, Chiluki. The Bob McNair Stonerside farm-owned champion had not won since last October. She was the only 3-year-old in this field of older fillies and mares in the Regret Stakes at Monmouth Park in New Jersey.
A half-mile completed in 44 3. They're into the stretch, and Chiluki leads by a length. She's starting to get away now from Super Duper Miss. Electroline to the outside. Chiluki's pouring it on. She's opening up at the 8th pole. She's in front by 5 now. It is Chiluki. Super Duper Miss is next, then Electroline. But here is an equine rocket ship. The champion Chiluki wins the Regret Stakes by 5 lengths.
Chiluki, the champion, is back as she romps to a 5-length victory to jockey Corey Nakatani in the Regret Stakes at Monmouth Park. Her time for the 6 furlongs, 1:09 2. She scores her 7th win in 10 career starts. Her trainer, Bob Baffert, said, when they went the half in 44 and change, I thought she might be in trouble. But then she kicked in like the great ones do. She is back. Bob McNair's Chiluki back in the winner's circle, winning the Regret Stakes at Monmouth Park this past July 4th. Now we're at Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky for Sunday's running of the $139,000 Bashford Manor Stakes. 2-year-olds at 6 furlongs. Trainer Dwayne Lucas trying for his 5th win in this race with Duality and Take Arms.
Double leader driving up the inside, and Duality in the stretch drive. Straight Cat set down for the drive. Straight Cat responding, leading it by a length and a half. Take Arms is driving in second. Duality splitting horses coming gamely. First State Deposits on the far outside. It's still Straight Cat, and Joe Judice is all over him here. Here comes Duality surging up on the outside. Straight Cat desperate, the final 16th. Duality coming fast to the outside. Straight Cat, Duality gets up to nail it in the final strides and win the Bashford Manor by a head over Straight Cat, and Take Arms was third in 110 flat.
Remember this colt's name, Duality. Think of him for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile this fall, right back there at Churchill Downs. Owner Satish Sanan and Dwayne Lucas hunted this 2-year-old down and privately purchased a half interest in him with owner John Phillips. So far, so good. The colt, a half-brother to Bound by Honor, has raced 3 times, winning 2 of them and placing second in the other. Duality broke his maiden on June 10th, going wire to wire to win by 5 1/4 lengths, giving Wayne Lucas a record 5th Bashford win. Also at Churchill this past weekend, this is Saturday's running of the Grade 3 $112,300 Debutante Stakes. 2-year-old fillies going 5 1/2 furlongs. The favorite on the lead, Gold Mover.
21-4 for the quarter in the stretch drive. It's Gold Mover off the turn, leading it by 3/4. Princess Belle right there on the outside. He back to Nasty Storm in third. Launch a double down the center of the racetrack, and Political Magic from the back of the pack. But Gold Mover has put away Princess Belle and draws clear. Gold Mover opening up by 3, then Princess Belle and Launch a double. Gold Mover, she's rock solid to win the debutante by 3.
Gold Mover completes the 5 1/2 furlongs at a fast time of 1:03 3, keeping her perfect record intact, 3 for 3. Mark Hennig trains Gold Mover, ridden here by Craig Perrette for owner Edward Evans. The 2-year-old won her debut by 3 1/2 lengths at Keeneland last April, and then picked up the win in the Kentucky Breeders' Cup last May. Gold Mover in just 3 starts has tallied more than $200,000 for her connection. Finally, here's a look at what the 2-year-olds were doing in South Florida this past weekend at Calder in the $100,000 Criterium Stakes. 9 running here. The surprise in this 5 1/2 furlong race was the 37-1 long shot on the rail, Jacks Are Better. Number 3 in the yellow and black silks. After a rough start and being bumped around in the race, Jax R. Better makes a courageous run inside the 16th pole. Watch Your Just will catch Blame It on Ruby in the stretch and prevail by a head at the finish. The Manny Asperua trained Jax R. Better scores his first stakes victory. The Bay Colt broke his maiden last month by 4.5 lengths. Jax R. Better is a half-brother of the stakes-winning Mop Squeezer. Jax R. Better chalks up a record of 2 wins plus a second, now in his 3 lifetime starts. Stay with us. We'll have some Thoroughbred News headlines when we return.
We begin our Thoroughbred News recap here with a look at the Visa 3-year-old championship point standings. No change at the top. Blue Sight Pegasus, Red Bullet, and High Yield. The NTRA has just announced a new televised 2-year-old racing championship series coming up this fall. They've designated 7 races, and each 2-year-old wins one of those races and the Breeders' Cup this fall, gets a $250,000 bonus. On to win the Kentucky Derby next spring, a $1 million bonus. But do you remember Artax, last year's Breeders' Cup Sprint winner? And here he is winning that Breeders' Cup Sprint title. He also picked up an Eclipse Award as the 1999 Sprint champion. Then he retired to stallion duties. Well, now, after servicing 93 mares at Claremont Farms in New York, he's coming back to the races in mid-September. His ultimate goal, defending his title in the Breeders' Cup. And our congratulations to the 2000 Dogwood Dominion Award winner, Catherine Todd Smith of Ocala, Florida. Catherine, chosen as an unsung hero of the thoroughbred industry from 30 nominations because of her countless kindnesses to horses and people as a horse identifier in Ocala the past 2 decades. And coming up on ESPN2 this Sunday, 4 o'clock, Bel Air Handicap, the Francis Dash Ohio Derby, NTRA 2-day at the races. Next, the ultimate contest for a horse and rider. 10 top-notch horsemen with horses of extraordinary credentials, head-to-head in 4 events, as we go to GMC America's Horse next here on ESPN. And we'll see you next week here on the Racehorse Digest. One more look now at that big upset win by Early Pioneer, coming on the outside to beat the favorite General Challenge in the $1 million Sempra Energy Hollywood Gold Cup Sunday. Victor Espinoza with a wave of the whip to celebrate for trainer Vladimir Saran. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Part of the Go Network, go.com.